Right, so good morning everybody. My new dungarees, I love them. They've got shells on them, really like them. Anyway, so I made this balaclava snood for my daughter-in-law. I'll show it to you. I'll just put it on, hang on a minute. So it's nice, it comes up, keeps your ears warm, it keeps your head warm, or your shoulders, and I really like it. I think it's really nice. However, what I do not like on the pattern that I followed is that it has this seam on here. I don't like the seam. I didn't think it was quite long enough over your face when I did it, so I added some extra rows to this one. But now that I know the basic construction, I think I'm gonna, it looks like a skirt like that. Looks like a skirt for a skinny person. I'm gonna make my own for me, because actually when I'm scootering I get quite cold. And I'm going to use this new yarn, which is like a chenille soft velvety yarn. So I'm going to use this to make my own snood. Obviously one skein is not enough, but I have got 5 of them, so we should be all right. What size hook does it say to use? 7. So if you don't know, if you buy a skein of yarn, it always tells you on the back the recommended sized hook, and then depending on your experience level you can choose to work with that size hook or go up or down depending on what you're after. So for this one, I think what I'll probably do is I'll start with a 7 as recommended for like the neck part, and then I'll go up to an 8 for the cowl part, just to give it a slightly looser, more airy feel around my head or my shoulders. So I'll check back in once I've got all my bits and pieces together and we're ready to go. So first things first, I need to know how big my head is, because there's no point in making it far too big or far too small. So handy tape measure. Just measure around. I don't want it too tight. So apparently my head is 56. Pretty standard measurement that. So I'm going to make a chain that is probably, I'll probably go to 58 because I don't want it too tight. 57, 58, let's see what we end up chaining. So it's Sunday morning and me and the dogs are just waiting for our friends Debbie and Mindy Moo Mindy Moo's a dog, to get themselves up and dressed, and then we're gonna get my scooter out and meet them whilst it's not raining to give the dogs a walk, which is why I'm dressed this morning. Although anyone that lives close to me will know that I am actually not afraid of taking the dogs for a walk in my pyjamas. I don't care. You're lucky I've got my pyjamas on, I'll be honest. So yeah, it's like our little Sunday morning ritual to go for a walk with Debbie and Moo and just catch up and put the world to rights. Oh, it's really weird working with chunky yarn when I've been working with skinny yarn for ages. doing? Don't know why I did that. I've got the tape measure next to me still. Getting there, another couple. Perfect. So that is our starting chain done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do I'm going to join the chain to make a circle like this. And then I'm going to do 1 round of half double crochets normally, and then I'm going to work rounds of half double crochet in the front loop only. That gives a really nice ribbing effect, and I'm going to work until it's about 20 centimeters or so deep, so I'll check back in when we get there. So I'm coming up to the end of this row. This is row 20 of the neck section of my new snood, and then the next step will be to start to grow the pattern out, so by adding some stitches. So on the first row I'm going to add 10 stitches, so every 6 stitch I would put 2 stitches into that space, and then I'm not quite sure how far, I shall try and work that out, but for a while, probably this much and then a bit more, so it folds back over and slightly down, I will keep growing the width, and then from there it will be just growing the or creating the hood part. So at that point you stop growing it and you stop growing it out and you just grow it up. I'm not sure any of that made sense. It will make sense when I do it, I promise. So this is where we're at now, and if I just take my hook out for a minute, I'll show you. So right now I can keep my face and my ears, you probably can't hear me, I can keep my face and my ears nice and warm. You can see the join where I've had to start a new yarn ball there. I will sew those ends in later. But yeah, so that's the face part done. So on to the next bit, and I will check back in a while. So this is where we're at now. This is as wide as I'd like it to be. So from here on out, I am just going up in length but not increasing rows. I think it's going to be really nice. It's so soft and warm. I'm looking forward to it being finished. I'll see you soon. It's working now. Let's put that in there so you can hear me. So it is finished. My own little snood, following no pattern. It comes all the way up over my nose, it covers my ears. It's nice and comfy. I made a little like extended hoodie bit to keep the sun out of my eyes. I'm really pleased with it. let me know what you guys think. See you soon.